Wow, scary, huh? Looks like a skull. Oh my goodness, what happened here? You have to really be here to understand the insanity of what's going on the Atlantic Wall. That is something you never come across. We suddenly just did. And some of the guns that you see here were actually stationed at this coastal fortress. This is pure spectacular to find. What on earth is that? That is big. Oh yes, that's what it's all about. Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. We do the research, we travel, we go to the locations, and we find and share incredible stories and World War II happenings with you. And today it's our time to give back to our faithful supporters. We're going to pass on to you some of the historical pieces that we find out there, and we're also going to give you a little bit of news and some small snippets of what's coming up. Very quickly, I want to say thank you to some of our History Hunter team members on Patreon. Thank you, Alfred, Daniel, William, Nick, Grant, Tom, Cynthia, Paul, Civil Defense. Thank you for your great support to the team. And without your incredible kindness, we wouldn't be able to go out as much as we do. We also want to say a massive thank you to our 3-star generals, Daniel, Rob, Matt, and Omar. 4-star generals, thank you for being in there for such a long time. Michael, Emil, and Dennis, you are absolutely stars when it comes to supporting us and giving us the opportunity to go out there. 5-star generals, Vintage Speedworks, and Laura, thank you, thank you, thank you for being in there for us. And we have a World War II History Hunter Wall of Honor. I want to say thank you to Maddie, Roy, and Jess. Wow. Your kindness is absolutely so much appreciated, and without the team members' help, we wouldn't be able to do things like this. Oh wow, this is what it used to look like. Holy cow, even the wood is original. That is the fire and control bunker of this incredible location you now have been witnessed. Yeah, that's basically, we do a ton of research. We travel, and we find these locations and we share these great moments with you out there. If you want to support us, you can very easily watch our videos in full length, subscribe, comment, give us a thumbs up, the little heart thing. And you can also check out this thing here that's been rolled out. It's called, what's it called? It's called Super Thanks. YouTube enabled that, so that could be very helpful for us. Also, if you want to become a Patreon team member or History Hunter team member, there are special perks for you, like for your eyes only videos, research content, and travel vlogs. All of that is in there, so you can check out that link under the video description. Also, if you want to kind of donate something for us so we can go out and get some more gas in the tank, be our guest to use the PayPal thing, and we also give back to all of you who donate. So today you're going to see that we're going to actually give back all of these to our Patreon team members. Going to be a couple of small surprises as well. Also, there's going to be a draw for these pieces for the PayPal donators. So we really do give back. So let's start doing that and check out the new Patreon team members right now. I think they actually dumped some munition crates here. Let's have a closer look at this beast. That is a German Zigarettenkarten. It's an original picture which the German soldiers actually could get from the cigarette cartons, which they kind of could exchange and just kind of swap around and collect, even in the bunkers and the barracks. And that is something that's going to be passed on to one of the new team members on the Patreon team member site for the World War II History Hunter. And I just want to say first a personal and a huge thank you to James, Derek, Marshall, VRXS, Northern Viking, Christopher, Michael, Jeff, Sam, and Edward. You chose to become Patreon team members, and you are now able to watch and find more about us on the Patreon page, and you can actually learn quite a lot from that. Why doesn't it focus? There you go. Nevertheless, thank you for becoming a team member. And there's a welcome as team member little diorama, and that is that thing there that I created. And let's see who that is. It is Derek. Thank you, Derek, for being in there for us. And I have to say to all of you, thank you for joining the team, and you are enabling us to go out and share even more. And you know, together we will share history in a very special way. Look at that, the original tables are there. Can you see that? And in the front there, tons of details. That is very, very, very rare to see. Yes, that's exactly what it's all about. We do the research, we travel, find these locations, and we share great stories with you. Gonna pass on to some more of you supporters these beautiful small pieces. Christina, you're gonna be the proud owner of this Mauser K98 little shadow box. It's a genuine cartridge from Germany, 792 times 57 caliber, and it used to be in one of the German WW2 K98 rifles that the Germans used, and this one is specifically from the Eastern Front. Congratulations with that. And Francisco, you will be the proud owner of this little Third Reich Daily Life shadow box with a authentic German Zigarettenkarten photo or image, which were shared between the soldiers in the bunkers, in the barracks, and even I've seen photos of actually soldiers sharing these and swapping them in the trenches. So that is pretty crazy. But you are the guys and girls who enables us to go out and do things like this.
Yeah, wow. That is also very special. This is also for the 88 millimeters.
A Sherman medium tank M4A3E4. Yeah, we have made around 400 plus videos, so there is tons of material in all variations that you can enjoy. It's the Luftwaffe, it's the Heer, it's the battlefields, it's the submarines, it's the aircrafts, it's bunkers, it's everywhere. So be our guest and check it out if you want to. Also, we're gonna give away this thing here. It's a German World War II felt post shadow box. It's beautiful with details, date, and Adrian, you are, or Adrian, sorry about that. You are the proud owner of that. If you don't have your address registered on the Patreon thing, please do that so I can ship it out to you. And then we have this beautiful classic German World War II boot iron diorama. These are original, never issued German World War II boot irons for the toes. This is a pair, and I have some of these which are in a storage facility, actually recovered, and it's never been used, and it's all the way back from the Second World War, and that is pretty cool. That's going to be yours, Frederick. Thank you, both of you, for joining us and being on the History Hunter team, and your contribution is actually greatly appreciated because you keep us out there. This is what it's all about, what we do. It's about us sharing something very special, sharing history in a very, very special way, and couldn't have done it without your help, and we just want to say a massive thank you for that.
Spectacular to see this thing, and it was well worth the journey out here.
Can you see it? That is crazy. What the heck is that thing? Could it be a main munition storage, or what could it be? Very special little extra thank you so much, Laura. I don't know how to ever be able to kind of give back what you've given to us. So this is a special thank you, Laura, for your incredible support. And it's a special thank you from Eagle Eyes and Bunker Buster Girl as well. There's no words. Thank you so much for that. All right. Every month, if there are some of you who decide to go to the highest level of the support on the Patreon thing, which is $50, I will create a special thing for you. And this one I made for a person who did just that. So this is a very special little thing because these artifacts here, these cartridges, this thing here, and the belt, that is found in a German World War II battlefield trench where the SS met the Red Army east of Berlin, and we have dug them ourselves, so I think they are pretty cool. So this gentleman here gave us the opportunity and supported us so we can go out and do more. Thank you, Marshall. I'm using a new camera, so I'm just kind of practicing to use that on a massive epic World War II history trip coming up. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But thank you, Marshall, for joining us and helping us out so we can reach more targets and we can present material like this.
Now we're going to use this here. This is a magnet pole. It's a rod, collapsible, 3 meters. You just connect these like tent, we group them together, and we have a new heavy-duty magnet here. Sometimes you don't even need a metal detector. Okay. Here's one. Here's a piece of the technical marvels of a German Luftwaffe aircraft. Look at that. That's a huge pipe with the fitting.
One of our supporters, Tim, we just call him T, his son had a horrific accident and are going through some really hard times. They have to really get back there. And when I read your message, T, you touched my heart, and I really do know how it is to have your kids going through hard times. So what I want you to do, if you can, I want you to let him see this. We want the best wishes for your son's recovery, and send him a massive greeting from us, from the History Hunter, Eagle Eyes and Bunker Buster Girl, and say that never ever surrender, no matter what. What your son has gone through is horrific, but remember, hard times are the times when we stand up and we say, no, we're not going to surrender, we're going to fight, and we're going to go through it. So we wish you absolute very best for you and your family, and we thank you for being here with us. But remember, we are a team, and we all want to send you a greeting, and I want to encourage all of you there to go in and send a little greeting to T's son, and wish him the best for his recovery. Thank you, T, for being here, and we are most definitely here for you. Quite a long time ago, I created what I call Patron of the Month, a little shadow box, and this month is no exception. I just want to pass this on to some people which I really appreciate, either for being with us for a very long time as a supporter, or always being kind, giving us great comments and feedback, or helping us out in any way, shape or form. So this gentleman here has been with us for a very, very long time, and he's always so positive, but not always there in the front doing a lot of comments and all that. But nevertheless, I just want to say we appreciate your support greatly, and this is kind of like a very unique thing, and it's, you know, picture speaks tons of words, but I imagine that this little piece here actually really kind of shows another part of the World War II history, and there is no images or no words needed, so that's going to be yours. And I'm proud to now say that you are now the patron of the month of June. Thank you so very much, Lee, for your great support, and you know, it's absolutely appreciated. So just a quick little update for all of you who know us. We have been planning an epic World War II history road trip for a very long time. We were actually set to travel about a month ago, and then unfortunately my son Eagle Eyes, you can see him in the videos, he managed to fall on his bike on a trip, on a school trip, and that resulted in a broken arm. So let me tell you a little short story how difficult that became. First, I worked so hard for 3.5 weeks before we were supposed to leave, around mid of June. And I was so exhausted, but I just planned everything so that we were going to leave, and I can relax the first 2 or 3 days of traveling, and then we could start doing all the explores. But guess what? Nope. Because of what I do for work, I have a lot of clients which I cannot kind of mix around. So all of this work I did before we left was to be able to go out to 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how much, I almost want to say how much money we have available for fuel, because the fuel cost is just going insane. Guess what? When he broke his arm just a few days before we were leaving, I had to keep on working. And I've done that for like 3.5 weeks now. I'm absolutely wasted. I'm just totally down in the cellar. I am so tired. I'm so exhausted every day because now I had to also create a lot of videos that's going to be out there when we are out there traveling. So I actually had to produce 10 videos that's going to be out there for you when we're out on the road trip, because it's so difficult sometimes to get signal or internet connection, and it takes so long to edit. So I've been working for like from 8 in the morning to 3-4 in the evenings, doing all the stuff with Eagle Eyes and taking care of him. I'm a single parent, and then I had to sit every freaking night. I've been up to about 1-2 o'clock in the night to create all these videos that's going to be lined up for you to enjoy while we're gone. And well, I'm just all the way down at the basement, and I have no power left. But I'm going to have 2 days completely silent before we leave, and then it's going to be all history every day. Depending on how much money we're going to have available, it will be either 3 or 4 weeks. We'll do even actually 1 more week if we can, all depending on how insane the fuel prices will be, because we're going to travel in the Laura the camper van, which has been enabled by all of you great people out there. We thank you for that. It's going to go to at least 20 locations. It's going to be all about World War II history. It's going to be a lot of very cool material. Luftwaffe here, panzers, aircrafts, bunkers, underground complexes. We're going to do something very special that I'm going to tell you about in this end here. Nevertheless, this is all thanks to you that we can do this. But I want to say a very, 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 very special thank you to all of you who has supported us during these last 3.5 weeks, especially a super thank you from Eagle Eyes, because what you have done, so many people has donated specifically for him, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's going to happen with some of these funds when we go into this road trip, because I'm going to surprise him with something that he's been dreaming of to do for 3 years, and I'll share that in the end of this video for you. But thank you all of you for making this come true. I just hope I won't be ruined completely with my health when we start doing this, because it's been freaking hard, to be honest. But I just want you to know we are not surrendering because of a broken arm. He's healed up. He's going to go in the beginning of next week to remove the cast, and it's going to be 100% perfect, and then off we go. There was something strange here. Oh, it's a machine gun turret. I can see that. See that? There was a goat inside the machine gun turret, and he heard us and he came up and he looked so stunned. Can we have a look at the machine gun turret, sir? Thank you. You know, this place almost looks like the Germans kind of just left it. Yes, that is exactly what it's all about. Us being this team, all of you viewers, subscribers, commenters, supporters, I consider you like this gang here. Every time we go out, we do some research, we travel, find these locations. It's not just me and Eagle Eyes or maybe Bunker Buster Girl. It's you behind that screen and us sharing greatness together. And I'm so impressed with some of you who are our viewers and subscribers. And I just realized that during the last couple of months, there's a special person out there who's been watching hundreds of our videos. And I really want to say I do see that, I do appreciate it, and I can see that several of you are starting to do that because you actually help us out in a great way. If you watch those videos in full, put them in a playlist and watch them in your lunch or whatever. But I want to give something back to some special person today, because you've been watching so many of our videos and I've been commenting back to each and every one of the comments that you put in there, and I have to say it really helps us out. If you watch 10 videos a week, you won't believe how much that helps us out, and that enables us to go out and do more. So you have been watching so many of our videos, and I do see that, and I do see it every time people do that, and I will give back to you as well. So send me your address. I will make sure that you will be the future keeper of this beautiful little German World War II bunker life diorama. This is a bottle top that Eagle Eyes found at a bunker location. This is a chess piece that Bunker Buster Girl found at a Soldatenheim, and this is a German World War II here button, which I found in a trench, actually in a park in Berlin. So you know how some beautiful artifacts, which represents the kind of companionship that we share together out there, and with subscribers and commenters and viewers like you, well, we're just going to float on and keep on sharing great material like this.
Wow, that is pretty crazy. Let me bring it up here. Let him to see it. See that? 44. And this building was actually occupied by the Germans when they came. That's what caused it. And that is scary, to be very, very honest. I have to say, every now and then, when you find things like this, I get a little bit sad, and then I get excited.
Yes, I can promise you that some of the upcoming videos are just absolutely spectacular, and you're gonna enjoy them. And when we are on this road trip, we're gonna find and discover some features that you never ever seen before. I can promise you 150% that that's gonna be the case. All right. Every month there are people who donate to our PayPal thing. You saw that in the beginning of the video. The link are in the video description. And that is greatly appreciated, and we want to give back and pass on something to all of the donors. So what I've done every month is that I just pick the 2 highest donations, and I have kind of a couple of batches for that. This thing here is a little batch which almost kind of starts you up in a complete little setup for collecting German World War II artifacts. There's a Illustriert Zeitung Berliner. We have this Hitler Jugend Heft. There are dust mask, original, never been opened, never issued. Have some cigarette cards, piece of barbed wire, a stamped cartridge, chest piece, and a button. I think that is pretty cool. Put it in a little cabinet and display it. Then we have this thing here, which is absolutely out of this world. This thing here is in such an incredible condition, and it's pretty rare, and it's just amazing. It is just amazing to see some of the images in this Zeitung or this magazine. This has got nothing to do with politics. We just treat them as World War II artifacts, and we want you to have them because I have a motto: history is everywhere, and it should be everywhere. This is not something we're gonna kind of sit and say, oh, we're collecting this and that. No, it's going to be passed on to you. I don't want to collect anything. I give away or pass on to you almost everything we find, and I can promise you I don't have a huge collection or anything like that, a room that I go into and hide. I don't have that because my museum is out here between you and me. That is what's so great about this. There's no point for us to have all the pieces that we find and come across. We want you to have them, and in that part you actually share history with us in a very special way. This little thing here, I actually found that myself. It's a piece of the Luftwaffe plate. This is a piece from the oil system in a Juma engine. This is a piece of a couple of connectors found at a German Flugplatz area. I'm going to show more of that later. And this is some Zigarettenkarten Luftwaffe team details. So all in all, pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's see who the donors for this month was. I want to say a massive thank you to Martin, Laura, Ken, David, Harry, Tim, Donald, Larry, David, Charles, and Robert. Oh, my nose is dripping because the weather changed. Like 27 degrees earlier today, and now it's like 14, so, and raining, so I got a cold. Nevertheless, I just choose the two highest donators, and I have to say, there's one gentleman here who has taken us completely by surprise by a couple of donations, and I don't know what to say. Nevertheless, let's see who the top donors are. Donald, you are definitely one of the guys out there helping us so much. It is absolutely unbelievable. So I want to say a massive thank you for that. Donald, these are now yours to be the future keeper of. But we had a gentleman, Ken, there. I'm honored to read your words and your reason for wanting to supporting us. It's so greatly appreciated. But I have to say, such kindness in your donation, you won't know how much that is appreciated during the last month after Eagle Eyes broke his arm, because it's been very hard. It's been very tough, especially because I had to rearrange everything. The trip was perfectly set up, and I really took a hit when I had to rearrange everything and move the holiday. I lost a lot of money because of all of this, and I had to work so hard. So your kind donations, all of your kind donations are so greatly appreciated. But I have to say, when people do gestures or things like you did, Ken, I really don't have, as I said, I don't have words for it. So thank you so very much. And I'm going to ship this off to you. And you're going to be the future keeper of some pretty cool, interesting material. Nevertheless, thank you absolutely each and every one of you for your kindness. And I want to say a very special greeting from Eagle Eyes, because a lot of you have donated specifically towards him. And I'm going to do something very special for him because he's a kid with dreams. And let me show you something here. If you want to skip this next section, that's probably going to take me a couple of minutes to talk about. Please feel free to do that, but I owe a lot of people out there to let you know this. I'm going to try to do it without choking up. When Eagle Eyes crashed and broke his arm, this is a kid which is very active. He's so out there, and he's so enthusiastic about the World War II activities that you see we do. There's a special reason, a very special reason why he is actually so engaged, and I will share that with you later. Nevertheless, when he broke his arm, I have to tell him, within 3 to 4 days, I had a very I don't want to say negative little boy, but he was depressed. He was so depressed. The first couple of days, everyone wanted to ride on his cast and blah blah, all of that, and then suddenly he just crashed. And I had such a hard time to get him to understand that this is just something that's going to happen now, and you get over it. But he is so into this, that you see the stories and the adventures that we do, that he actually said, or asked me one night when he was going to bed, he said, "Daddy, do you think the viewers will be angry with me?" And I said, what? Because now he couldn't go out and do what he wanted to do, share with you. And I had to sit down and reflect a little bit about that, and then I just started crying, because it was like, why is he saying that? And I had to really sit down and think about that. And then it just dawned on me, he is so enthusiastic, and he's learning so much, and he is so proud to be out there to share with you. He's just a young boy, and he's been actually doing this since he was almost newborn. I have videos of him when he's like 1 year old, just scraping the dirt or ground in a trash pile and finding his first here button. I am not kidding. It was like a year old or something. So he's been doing this for a long time, but the last 2 years he's been really out there, and he is doing it for you. And I thought in the beginning that this is something that's going to last for just a few years, and it's going to be kind of grown up out of it, and it's going to be kind of doing something else. But he's going into it, and that's because of all of you. It's because each and every one of you out there encouraging him, giving him good comments, positive comments. And it is amazing to see what happened after a few days when you caught up on the video where I presented and showed you that Eagle Eye broke his arm. I never intended to let that be anything else than to inform you what happened, so we had to kind of rearrange the trip. But then you bombarded him with positive comments, and so many of you actually donated specifically for him, that this little boy went from depression to euphoria. It is absolutely unbelievable to see what all of you out there, I don't know what to say, did for him, or suddenly he realized that you're not just a little thing that points a little thumbs up or something like that. You are companions, you are his mates, your comrades out there discovering history together. And he has grown so much the last month because of what he experienced. He's completely different. He's been thinking a lot about what he wants to do later, and he said, "Daddy," and he gave me a map. He's just been doing some research by himself. I know this is going to take a lot of time, but as I said, just skip if you don't want to hear it. What he did, he just brought me a map of a lot of locations in Europe, and he actually researched like 30-40 places by himself, and he suddenly said, "Daddy, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this," and then he specifically says, "I think he would like this," and he says a name or a username on YouTube, and he says, "I think she would like to see us do this," and I was like, what the... So I just want to say, I'm just going to be briefer. What you have done for this little boy is something you don't have any idea how much it means to him. But I want to say, on behalf of him and myself, being his dad, a single dad, whatever you like to call it, I just want to say a huge, massive thank you for your incredible kindness that pulled him out from this hole, and he's running around showing this thumb up on his other hand, which isn't broken. And he's such an inspiration. He's been doing a couple of things because, you know, kids are curious. And we went by a little kindergarten the other day and we were standing outside, and a lot of the kids were looking at his arm and going poking at the cast. And suddenly I say, I'll go back through the gate. I'll come into you. I was like, what the heck? So he actually understood that these kids were curious, and he was so kind. He went into the kindergarten, he sat down on the bench, suddenly had 15 kids around him, everyone wanted to poke on this, and suddenly he said, "Go and get some pencils," and they everywhere on the cast. So thank you everybody for that. But I want to say one more thing. Eagle Eye, he has a dream, and with your incredible help and the donations you have done, if I can go through these weeks, and we have don't kind of ruin ourselves on the diesel prices out there, he has one massive dream, and that is that he actually wants to see one of the biggest existing World War II guns that is still out there. And I'm going to surprise him, because I've saved up a lot of the donations that you specifically kind of said let him have it and let him use it. And I'm going to take him to one of the biggest World War II guns that's been out there since the Second World War. It's still there. And I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to make a very special video only for that. And I'm not going to tell him. He doesn't know about this. And I just can't wait to see. And I'm going to tell him exactly when he's standing in front of that gun position. I'm going to tell him that this is all of you who made it possible. And I'm just going to laugh. I'm going to stand right there, and I'm going to say, this is all the supporters, kind of, that's the reason. Because all of you all of you out there gave him so many positive comments, and you done it, so I can actually do this. So I'm gonna do it no matter what. I'm gonna do my very best to make it happen, and he's gonna stand right there, and I'm gonna be so proud to say to him that the reason for you to be able to see one of the largest surviving World War II gun positions in the whole world, that is because of all of you out there. So this was about 8 minutes of ramble from me, but I needed to say this, and I wanted to include it in this video because I know a lot of you kind people out there who support us are watching. So thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this for Eagle Eyes. So every month I show you and present to you what's going to be kind of available for next month's PayPal donators, the top 2. Well, guess what? I'm gonna do something you never ever seen me do before, and that is, well, I'm gonna go over the hill this time, and there's gonna be something I would say very, very special available, and they are one-of-kind pieces. You will never, 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 never be able to have something like this ever, 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 and that's all I'm going to say. It's going to be absolutely spectacular to see the faces of the 2 highest donators when I present what you're going to see then. And why am I doing it like this? Well, it's going to be a surprise, but I can promise you you're going to like it. You're really going to enjoy it. And this is the very first time I've done this or will do this. But it could also happen in the future. So best of luck. Donate whatever you like. I'll just choose the 2 highest donations, and I think you're going to enjoy it. As you've probably seen, we have a new tool that we're going to bring along on this epic road trip, and I can promise you some of the locations that we're going to bring this thing to are just absolutely spectacular, and I don't know what to say. It's going to be hectic, but this thing is going to be challenged, and we are going to go to places that nobody else has ever seen before. So I'm going to look so much forward to that. And also, I'm so happy to see how strong our community is. You know, QYSea let us play around with this thing, this Fifish V6 Expert. It's like a omnidirectional ROV, all that. You got a grabber and stuff. And people help us out so tremendously. We are allowed to kind of have this to play around with. This is not a sponsorship. We're not getting paid or anything. We just gonna have the opportunity to use these. So I'm very happy for that. Thank you, QYSea, for that. Nevertheless, on this little road trip, this thing's going to be challenged. And to do that, we also needed some special tools. And just to show you how impressive this community we have is, one of our supporters, William, he runs the Sealing Systems Incorporated, and just check out their pages. He's gonna do some updates there, but he's doing incredible stuff. And he actually reached out and said, "Hey, Strenta, you need something, and I'll make it." And holy cow, did he do stuff. These are some of the grabbers and the robotic arms or grippers that he made for us. I'm absolutely blown away by the ingenuity and the pure genius that he shows by creating these things here. So what he did, he created a special grabber that we can especially grab bottles and cups and stuff like that. You've seen that? Insanely cool thing. He made this flat grabber which can retrieve other pieces, especially plates, and you can see that we have found Luftwaffe plates and other kinds of plates with that thing there. And then he has made this one, heavy duty one, and they're just incredible. I just want to say again, William, thank you so much for being in there for us. But that is the power of our community. You know, we have geniuses like William giving us the opportunity to do that. We have geniuses at, you know, QYSea giving us the opportunity to work with that. I'm so blessed, and it's thanks to people like you out there that we can actually do what you see, and it enables us to really do special things. And I promise you, show me the other kind of World War II history hunter whatever channel out there who do things that we do. I challenge you, and there are not too many out there, I'm sure. So thank you, everybody, and thank you letting us have the opportunity to do these special things and share them with you. Oh yes, tons more coming your way. And as I said, on this road trip, there are gonna be some really fascinating things that we're gonna share with you. I really don't know what more I can say. Just gonna arrange the light to go up. This is late in the evening. Got a cold, and I really have to work hard the next 3 days to be able to wrap everything up. And I'm really, really knackered, to be honest, but we are going to do it no matter what. And I have to say, I have a pretty good feeling about the next month. I think it will be epic. I think it will be absolutely spectacular. And it is all thanks to each and every one of you out there watching, subscribing, commenting, sharing, and supporting us in, you know, no matter what way. We really, really greatly appreciate it. And as I said before, it's an honor for us to be able to share with you, and it's an honor for us to make sure that this is passed on to you, and some of you can be the future keeper of pieces that belongs out there in this worldwide museum, and that is rightfully how it should be. Also, I want to say a massive, massive, massive thank you to all of you who just watch, subscribe, and comment. If you watch the videos in full, you are really, really helping us out. And to all of you who have supported us through these pretty tough 30 last days, and after Eagle-Eye broke his arm, I don't know what to say. I just want to say massive thank you to each and every one of you, because it's been very, very tough. And I just have to admit it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to pull this through if it hadn't been for all of you out there. So every time you see, I kind of put that little super thanks in front of the video, and you say, why do I blah, blah, blah about all of this and that and support and here and there and PayPal, blah, blah. There's a reason for that. I have to be very honest. There's no way I can do this as a single parent to go out and do what we have seen we've done like 400 plus times. It is absolutely impossible for me to do it without some kind of support. That is why I kind of always talk about it, because it's either us being able to go out and do anything, or there's nothing. That's all I can say about it. So just think about it next time you say, oh, you just talk about this support and blah, blah, blah. Well, either that or I'm not here. That's how simple it is, because we cannot even pay for the gas anymore, because it's going to be ridiculously expensive, this journey. But I've saved up to do this, and I was going to do it with all of you. It's going to be us together as a team going out there and finding history and sharing history, and that is exactly what all of this is about. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will learn from it, and we will make and do the very best we can, and we will work hard to show you that we actually can give something back. We've done it for many years, and we'll do it for many years in the future. So that's about it. All right, enough rambling. Thank you for being in there. Also, one last thing. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to send them before we leave, because this video is going to be released now very soon, and we don't actually have enough time, because to send all of this will take me about a night, an evening, to wrap up, pack, and put everything together and put it in the post office. So if you don't receive it within July, don't worry. I will ship it when I come back for the journey, and also we'll try to make this next supporter video to come out in the first week of August. I'm not sure, but of course all of this will arrive at your doorstep. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to actually get this out to you now like I normally do. So normally I will be able to send this in the first week of the month, or first week after this video, but I think I won't be able to do it this time. But fear not, it will be with you no matter what. All right, that's enough for us. Thank you. Stay safe, keep smiling, and we'll see you out there in the next adventure.